How are you? It's me. It's been a long time. And I know it's been a really, really long time since I've been alive. I've been busy. I've been dealing with some stuffs and still trying to figure it all out. So over time, something will come out of it. We're getting there, bit by bit. But today, here's the thing. So today I've been kind of somewhat planning this live for a while. I didn't fully plan it well because I kind of softly advertised it and then did nothing about it, and that's how things have been lately. Anyways, so I'm going to do a project that I love. It's something I've been kind of working on the back burner for a while. I've done a little bit here and there in the past year or two, and you know what? I gotta work on it tonight because this is celebratory. Today marks 1 year ago I left a job I used to do, and things have been great since. So it's celebrating tonight. And a week ago, my plans for today totally changed. My partner and I decided to go on a little road trip. We went to a scrapbooking store actually, and we picked up this. So this is gonna be fun to check out. We're gonna do a little peek at it right now. So this is just something else. This is not a Stampin' Up! Thing. So yeah. But no, it's good to just occasionally just go to a store and see what's there. Learn something new. See what new stuffs we can get into. And that's okay. So we picked up this today. Actually, it was my partner. I'm like, you should get this. I'm like, all right, I'll get it. And he's like, you gotta craft with it tonight. I'm like, okay. So it's an excuse to do a video. Actually, I'm gonna need another piece of paper. So we'll do a little bit for now, because I don't really know how to use it. And my sinuses are kicking my butt today, so I'm constantly sniffly. It's driving me nuts. I want to chill. This comes in a million pieces. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta get another thing to clear my sinuses. Oh my goodness. This is a pain in the butt today. I came home and sneeze, 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 sneeze. Oh my goodness. I wish I didn't sneeze so much. Or have sinus issues. Okay. So we got, oh, it's pretty big actually. Look how big this honking thing is. Oh my goodness. You're a big boo. I don't even know how to use it. Okay. Well, we got some big pieces happening. Alright. Instructions. We got a punch cartridge, rotating knob, a metal plate somewhere, which is probably inside. There it is. A base, and a release tab of some sort. Remove clear cover from punch cartridge. Okay, we will do that. How do you do that? I have no idea. So I'm going to be here for a while, guys. I'm doing a long video. It's all good. Okay, kitty cat. Welcome to... I don't know what the fudge I'm doing. How do you remove this thing? I have no idea. This is not going well. Okay, it's coming along. Oh, okay, so it has notches to help keep it in place. Okay. Alright. Remove clear cover from punch cartridge. Insert bottom metal plate from cartridge into sliding tray on base by pulling the release tab. Okay. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Okay, come on. How do you get this guy out? I have no idea. Oh, okay. That might work. So, like that? Or does it go the other way? Or do you go this way? Like, huh? I have no idea. Hmm. I'm just guessing at this point. Oh. It'll be interesting if I got this all wrong. Like, does this go that way or the other way? I don't actually know. It doesn't feel right that way for some reason. Okay, hold on. Because there's little notches in here. Okay. So that matches the picture now. Alright, 1, 2. Okay, be sure that the smooth flat surface is facing up to ensure proper functionality. Okay. Locate the center of your paper and slightly mark an X with an X. Okay. Place your paper on the base. Align the grid on the bottom of the knob. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have no idea how to use this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm so confused. Okay. Locate the center of your paper. Lightly mark an X with a pencil. I'll figure it out. Alright, so I've got a piece of paper here. We'll just use this. And lightly mark an X in the center. Okay. I got a little X on there. Oh, you guys can't see it. Place your paper on the base. Align the grid on the bottom of the knob with the center of your paper. Attach the knob on base so that all magnets connect. Why this comes off? I have no idea. But this turns. Place your paper on the base. I'm just going to assume. Align the grid. What grid? So apparently the knob comes off. Oh, okay. Welcome to the kitty that doesn't know what the heck I'm doing. How do you... Oh my goodness. This is like... super complicated. Okay, I'm just gonna mark a little X on this side too. Oh my goodness, this is like super duper complicated. Okay, we got that. Okay. Alright. Once the knob is connected to the base of the paper between, rotate the knob once to make sure the magnets. Oh, that's cool. And if the above does not happen, then reposition the knob You should feel the magnets lock, and if mark on the paper does not align with grid. Okay. Let me pull that off. Let me lift that up again. Alright, we'll just roll with it. Place the punch cartridge over the knob and paper all the magnets in place. Okay, and it seems to like to turn by itself. Press the punch cartridge down evenly with both hands. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're a heavy bastard. Okay, hold on. I gotta get up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're really pressing on that bugger. Oh my god. Okay. So then remove this. Okay. Okay, it mostly punched. We'll get the hang of it. I should probably punch it some more. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. That felt better. Woohoo! Okay, I will advise. Do this standing up. Did I even punch through? No, I didn't even punch it all the way through. Oh my goodness. I think something shifted, but that's okay. Didn't even punch through. Let me see the picture. Okay, apparently this does not like cardstock. And there goes my phone. Okay, well, I guess ideally don't use cardstock for this. Okay. And then... Alright, let's rotate. So this is supposed to rotate. Yeah, okay. Apparently not. Okay. So let's do it again. Oh my goodness. Hey Jennifer, how are you? I am playing with a new toy that I don't understand how to use. Okay, let's punch it again. Alright, I'm just going to stand for this thing. Okay. It's a new punch that I bought from an unknown source. And it's really tricky to use. Okay. It is super tricky to use. But it's cool though. Yeah, neat and weird, I will admit. Okay, apparently I mucked it up. That's fine. You know, live and learn. Maybe it just has to get broken into a little more. So I would suggest each time you do a turn, just kind of lift it up a little to help it along. Or else it ain't gonna punch. But this creates a beautiful doily once you know what the fudge you're doing. And yeah, my magnet's not sticking, that's for sure. I can see that. Okay. That's okay. We'll live and learn. Alright. But it's really cool, though. Come on. Okay. Well. That's where the magnet has shifted, so let's get the magnet back on. Okay. Oh, it's hard to work with, too. Oh my goodness. Like, it's cool. It's just different. Wonder what this would look like with designer series paper, right? Now that would be cool. Okay, come on. Alright, we're getting there. hard to do. Alright, looks like we got one more here. Okay, good, because I'm getting tired of this thing. Alright. Oh, we got a bit of a muck up, but that's okay. Yeah, that's alright. I'm gonna call it done, because that was fun and weird, and here's a whole bunch of shredded stuff here. Okay, well that was very interesting to do. I probably need to play with it some more and get the hang of it. And I would probably suggest don't use thick cardstock because this is kind of on the thick side. So that would be my indication of what to use. So I'm just going to put this back together. Bye-bye. That was fun. I'm just going to get rid of my little pieces. And then we're going to get crafting because I have a project I want to do tonight that's been bugging me for a while that I really want to do. And have a good time and celebrate, you know, new beginnings, other things. So there's the attempt. So yeah, definitely practice, but still looks really cool for making doilies. All right, well, was interesting. All right, I gotta find a place to put it. No doodles are in here right now. Good. I'll just kind of sort of. Well, actually, it's not even gonna fit in the box technically. I'll just take it apart and stick it in the box. There we go. Okay, box it is for now. So, interesting. And then there's a plate to put back on this that I'm going to do. Maybe. Easier said than done. Alright, hold on. Come on. You came with it on. Yeah, I see now. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to play with it too much. Okay, well that was fun. I'll just shove it in the box and I'll sort it out laters. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, good enough for now. Alright. That's what happens when someone else shops for me. Different, I will say that. Okay, but still fun. Yeah, definitely something to work with for doing this concept. Alright, everyone. So, what I need is a couple things, because I didn't fully prepare for tonight. I just kind of dived into the whole, I'm going to do a crafting video. So I told upstairs, I'm like, I'm doing a crafting video. Here's my water bucket, in case you're wondering like, what this is. Because I had my project somewhat stamped out from like a year ago almost. Because I've been working on this idea for a long time, slowly. And I'm like, you know what, I need to get one stamping done on it. And I will admit this bucket of water needs to be refreshed because I can feel it's kind of slimy. It's okay for tonight. Yeah, I keep a bucket of water here with the Simply Chamois in it. Makes things a little easier sometimes, but other times it's a little chaotic. Alright, so. And I gotta find my stamp. Where are you? It's looking on the table. No, my luck, it's not going to be here. Found some chocolate. Oh, there it is. So, some time ago, from an unknown box store, we'll say that, just like the other hole punch, I picked up this really cute paw print because it just works for what I do with, I love animals, and I'm a kitty in spirit. And some time ago, I used the Deckled rectangle dies to get this die cut, and used Genuine Gem stamps for this stamp, because this is one of my all-time favorite stamps. I told the universe to send some awesome your way. It's just such a wonderful sentiment that just totally works for me. So, and I like to put the paw print across, because that's how I do this type of card. I know this is not the ink, but because I think I used this ink initially, I'm just going to use it again. Because it seems to work. And also I want to use up the ink pad so I can get rid of it too. So I got the inked up. I'm gonna grab my paper I'm using on the table, which I should have grabbed ahead of time. My very well-loved decorative paper. So I'm gonna stamp off once. That way, when I come onto this, it's not so strong. I just want like the faded paw print look to it. And there we go. And that's the only stamping for tonight. Because I already did the phrase ahead of time. It just creates a cuteness to it that I really like. Because like this type of card I'm working on is going to become it'll be next year projects. Because I meant to make a batch this year, but I didn't finish. For my vendor event starting next weekend. But this will be like one of my signature pieces that I gotta make this type of card. It's a feel-good, inspirational, motivation, like, I call it feel-good cards. Alright, so I'm gonna put this off to the side for now, let the ink dry. I'm gonna color some of the lettering, which takes a while. Alright, next up, I need a paper trimmer. We need to move things around here. So I need a white piece of paper, which I just used the one I pulled out, but that's okay. I'll just use something else. I got lots of white paper. And it doesn't have to be white for the... Actually, yeah, for this stuff, it doesn't have to be white. It just, hey, whichever works, as long as it's cardstock, ideally. So I've got some white here. I ended up grabbing 2 pieces. I only need 1 right now. And I will show you what we're going to do. Like the final, what it looks like, is something like this. It's a great way of using your scraps across and across. Kind of like a brick, kind of chaotic looking thing. So I need to pull this and get the size because I can't remember. So pretty much 4 by 5. Yeah, that's right. Had to remember. So I'm going to cut the 5-inch. And I just realized I just used my dull blade because I actually have both blades on here. Because I do so much scrappy stuff that I need the crappy blade. Even though I probably shouldn't be using the crappy blade, but I use it anyway. Alright, so we got that. And then, next I need 6 pieces of various designer series paper, which I have pulled out some, but they all need to be cut. So here we go. And that's where I'm going to use, this is where I use the dull blade for sure. And these are double-sided. So really, I'm going to have more than enough for what I need for a bit. And I like to cut all these down to 1/2 inch. I got a little, and it's okay if they're fuzzy. I'm totally okay with that. And this is Christmas designer series paper from various sources. Because I've been doing a lot of Christmas preps, so that's where these come. And I don't care the direction. I do to a point, but it doesn't really matter. I just want 6. I'll have actually 12 here, because most of these I believe are double-sided. Well, maybe not 12, but quite a bit. So that's how I kind of sort of decorate that piece of cardstock. Like a collage type look with all this. And you might recognize some of these papers from way, way long time ago. Stampin' Up! But some of these upcoming ones are unknown. So this project tonight is mostly step-by-step. The only thing we missed was the die cut for the decorative rectangle and the stamping of the Genuine Gems phrase. It's a great phrase, it really is. It's a stamp set that served me very well, sentimentally. And yeah, like I said at the top of the video, I am celebrating 1 year of I left a job that I really didn't like. So it's a good feeling tonight to just be able to chill. Now last year, it was on a Friday. Of course, today's a Saturday. And, you know, I went into work. It was supposed to be my full day at work. Because at this place, I was part-time. And on Fridays, I'll do like 7:30 to 4:30. It's been a while since I thought about my hours. So I go in, I brought lunch with me, which is not usually me because 1 day a week I would have a full day. So it's like I kind of used to not having a lunch. So I had a lunch with me and I'm excited and I go in and, you know, I talk to some of the staff. It was an office of 2 other people, but a company with service technicians on the field. So most of the service technicians don't usually come in the office unless it's like a Monday morning kind of thing. But they may sporadically come in the office during the week, depending on where they live, or pick up supplies, materials, or check in on things. So a couple of them did come in the office that morning, and they're chatting with me. It's like, hey, we heard it's your last day, and at least they were more excited for me, the inside office. Anyway, so we're chatting with them, and like I'm tearing up, and I'm like it's such an exciting moment, but it's also very emotional for me. It's like I'm leaving a place that I was at for about 6.5 years, and anyway, so I'm there, and like one guy offered me his phone number to keep in touch, which I have not kept in touch with him. There's a reason. This one guy, nice guy, like really, really nice, but he's only nice when it suits him. And I knew that from like right at the beginning when I met this guy, when he was first hired. So, because I was there longer than half the people working there, kind of thing. Anyway, so he's very changing loyalties type guy. So it's like, as much as, yes, thank you, appreciate the kind words and everything, but it's like, no, I'm good. I don't really need the past to come up, even though I'm talking about the past today. And then like a couple of other workers, anyway, and then on the phone, and then I spoke to one of my suppliers, because I was a purchaser at this place, and I spoke to one of my suppliers who I was really good friends with. I haven't chatted with him probably since then. We're friends on Facebook, but we just haven't really chatted. It's like, I was like, hey, it's like, far as I know, it's my last day. We'll see if I'm here the whole day or not. Because he's like, because I give him ahead of time heads up, like, hey, like I'm leaving, but like I don't know when I'm leaving, as in, I put in my notice, but I might be gone before then, just the way the atmosphere was. And I was right, actually. We'll get to that. So he's like, oh, you're still there. I'm like, yeah, for the moment, I am going. Anyway, so sure enough, like 1:45 my boss is like, okay, well, you can go at noon. Finish this one order and go. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's like, hurry up and go. I'm like, I'm out of here. So I send the PO to my friend, actually. It was actually to my friend. And I'm like, hey, and this is my last PO, and see ya. Bye-bye. So, and like, it just felt emotional being told to go home early. It's like, oh, like, which is good, because I was going to the party that night. But it was just weird to be able to tell, like, you can go. And it's like, oh, okay. And what I kind of figured out was the one technician that's friends with him, the boss, he was right around the corner. And anytime he's working in the area, it's like pizza day kind of thing. So I think they were rushing me out the door so they could have a pizza party without me. I'm like, oh, no wonder I'm leaving that place. Anyways, so that's what I meant by, yeah, I didn't actually fit. He paid me for the full day. I was actually surprised. It's the nicest thing he's ever done to me. Anyway, so it is in the past. For me, it's mostly in the past. I'm still having moments of I think about that place, the stress, all the problems, all the BS and everything. But it is mostly in the past. Thank you. Which is awesome. Alright, just going to put this away. Alright, I need a beverage here. I have a beverage. But I just can't show it on camera. It's a type of beverage that is not for everyone. So if I double check on my size, I just like to double check. Alright, so I got my pieces. I got my 6 here. I usually turn them this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to keep the other ones nearby, because I like to use 6 at a time, because those are double-sided. Oh, and, oh my goodness, I forgot something. I also use white cardstock. So see this? And this is just a little bit. I have absolutely tons of white scraps. As you can see, the yellow one here is actually from the white scraps. Like, I have tons of these. I gotta bring back the paper trimmer. I totally forgot about these. Because a little while ago, I started using it for this technique, and I'm so glad I did, because it's helping me deplete a lot of my whites and use them for good reason. So, I'll be doing a lot of back and forth paper cutting. I probably should, like, prep more, but this is just habitual that I just kind of do it this way. And then for it's always 1/2 inch. And it has to be at least half inch the other way. I usually go a little more because having little tiny half inch pieces is a real pain in the butt. I'll need more than that, but it's just a good start. Now let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just remember that's just 6 right now. I'm going to take favorite adhesive. I use the Seal Plus because I'm going to go across. Sorry, I'm off camera here. I haven't done a video in a while. And at least live anyway. And I just, on the up and the down, put one on the side, one up the middle, and one on the other side. And I just fill in as I go if I need more adhesive. Because this technique is super great if you have larger pieces of cardstock, like longer than these like little tiny buggers. And you need scissors too. Because any sort of pieces that's hanging off the edge or it's got, needs to be trimmed. So this is where, this is super time consuming. This takes me on average a half hour. So I'm doing all the steps tonight because I'm celebrating. Because this is, I'm going to use this shiny side first, the goldy side. I'm celebrating. It's been a long year. It's been a troubling year with some issues and problems and other problems. And then with the excess, I cut and I keep using every little bit. This is where Dana's called me the queen of scraps. Literally. Like, this has become such a move for me to do this. So, part of my vision for this video tonight, for today, about Celebratory, is not only to the storytelling in the past, it's also helping inspire with. It's like, hey, if people are on the fence about change and afraid of a new job or a new whatever, you know what? Just go for it. And I mean it. And like, I was freaked out nervous a year ago when I left this crappy place and like afraid of what's next. Like when I went, so my start date for the new job was November 11th, and that's coming up Tuesday for that anniversary. And I'm gonna be talking all night. Hold on. And like, I was nervous. I was super, super nervous. I'm gonna use a longer strip for this. You love not wasting anything. Yeah, that's great. Like, this is such a great way of using scraps. And I've really become crazy about scraps. Now that little piece, if it's a little tiny, if it's thinner, I don't use it. That little bit, if I'm curious on the size, I can measure, but it's less than a half inch, so it's gone. And then just kind of start again, going back and forth. But then what I'm trying to say is, because I'll be stumbling on my own words tonight, because that's me tonight, is, hey, we don't know until we try new things. Sometimes things will go well. You know, an example is, I started this job like 6.5 years ago-ish, roughly. You know, it was at the time what I needed from where I was before, because where I was before wasn't great either. That's a different story. But hey, we grow, we change. We're always kind of sort of changing. How we feel about something today, tomorrow will be a different answer. It might be a similar answer, but there'll be something different about the answer. So, and that's the thing, over time, it's like something I started 6.5 years ago, June in 2018, isn't so relevant for me now. Things have definitely changed, so, and that's okay. So change is good, because change helps us be more focused. Like, definitely when I started this new job, freaked out, nervous, but finally felt a sense of belonging somewhere. Like, felt so many feelings. It's unbelievable. I was in shock for a while at how good things could be, which is kind of surprising to say. But yeah, so that piece is still too short, so I was going to use another one. I got to cut some more white paper in a moment. And actually, these white pieces are actually from pieces of an envelope, because I chopped it up to use for something. I know, my word of the year last year was resourceful. And I was so proud of that word for myself, because I did so much towards, you know, I think I started designing this card last year, kind of thing, this type of thing. So we'll come back to that. And I'm purposely using Christmas paper to celebrate today because I've never done it this type of card with Christmas paper. I've done this scrappy technique with Christmas cards, but not with the feel good card. And again, I'm making this card for me. I really am. Because I'm celebrating a year of, hey, things have totally changed. My confidence is back. I feel good about myself again. I feel wanting to do things again because I was pretty slumped. I was really, really down for too long about that place. And I'm so glad to be able to come back from it. So I ran out of one of the colors, and that's okay. So that's where I bring in one of the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Now, of course, my train of thought's gone. But that's okay. That's how I craft. I just hope I can inspire someone to. If they're on the fence about something, it's like it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be nervous. Just do what you need to do. If you're not in a good place, you gotta find another way out. And that's what I did. I mean, it was coming eventually. Something was coming to head anyway with that thing. And part of my idea tonight is allow myself to go through that grief process of where I was and feel good about what's happened since. Well, the bad news is I'm doing less crafting. Not only the new job stuff, just other stuff that's come up this year. A lot of new things this year. And a lot of new things are ongoing. And it's helped me find perspective in some things. It's helped me see where I need another white piece. It's helped me find that, here's what's good and here's what isn't. Here's what I need help with. And I'm starting to seek things about that. And Jennifer, I haven't forgotten about you. I know you've offered to chat, and I will get around to it. It's just anytime I think about it, it's like late at night, and I'm like, I'm not gonna bug you late at night, unless you want me to. All right, so let me just measure that to make sure. Yeah, that is more than a ½ inch, just barely. Woohoo! And it's good to feel good about things and inspire others. Like today, even though today's my celebrating about, changing from the past and that, my spouse and I did something really nice for some people. So I'm not saying what it is because that's a private thing. And we more or less spent a chunk of our day towards a task that helped us and helped others. So it's our way of giving back. That's why my original idea for this video, which should have been earlier today, just didn't happen. And I didn't promote it well. It's been a crazy year. So, and I'm almost done this step. Yay! But doesn't that look cool? I mean, it's so random, but that's why, sometimes pick and choose your paper, especially to have the shiny, side going for you. Is this gonna work finally? Yes, I can finally use that piece. Yes, I agree, Jennifer. That we do need each other to cope and to create together is always awesome. Yes, exactly. Alrighty. Yay. Okay, so that's more or less good. Now, I have a choice. I can leave the white as is, and I think I will do that, or I can color them in. So, like with this, I chose to color these in, just to kind of give it some whimsy. But this one, I think I'm not going to color it in. And also, by the way, I'll put this aside, the white scraps for now, because I think I'm good for now on making this project. At least that portion of the project. I want to make a second one of these tonight for sure, because part of my idea is I want to give my boss a card this week, because again, as a thank you for a year ago, bringing me on the team and showing me the way towards, hey, something good. So Let's do that. There we go. So let's have a second one prepped. Because I really, really want to give him a card. Alright, clean that stamp. Yeah, I didn't plan my speech very well tonight, but it's all good. Alright, next up. We're going to do a bit of coloring. Alright, so we've got this piece. And I got the second piece. And I got to figure out where I put my first one I stamped. There it is. So, interesting. I mean, what's interesting is this is going to be the exact same card, but not. So, that's pretty cool. I could color those. And I might. But not yellow. I'm an OCD if I gotta use the brightest color first, but this time I'm gonna break that and not use the yellow. I'm gonna look at some pencils here. I could do a red or a green or a blue. Let's pull out the batch and see what we got to work with. These were donated from a good friend of ours. She's like, I don't need these. I'm like, hey, I'll take them. So I'm just gonna put away some of the colors. So we've got a blue. We still gotta do the lettering, but we'll get to that. Got another blue, green, bright green, but I don't think that's gonna go. But yeah, no, it's a personal thing of mine that I do really try not to bug people at night. For the reason of I can't stand it if people bug me at night. It is true. When I started this direct sales path about 4 to 5 years ago, I was overwhelmed with, why are these salespeople treating like they have to be 24/7? No, come on. Customers are not 24/7. Like, that's just my take on things. But it was like, what the heck is this? Like, we're not 24/7. And I would argue with them, and they'd argue with me on, well, that they're saying I'm the only one who's complaining. Yeah, I'm the one who has the balls to say, hey, like, this is not cool that you're bugging people 24/7. Like, come on. Like, just because I became friends with them or somehow connected with them online doesn't automatically mean spam me with your sales stuff. Like, come on, people. Anyways, so that's me. So I grabbed some holiday colors. So like I said, I have a choice. I could very well color those in. I'm feeling red. And this is just red. I think I'll just go with it. Let's go with the red. Why not? I do want to color it in. And it's okay that some of these are going to be covered up. And that's the intention. And it's okay that some of the adhesive pattern behind the Seal Plus comes through. That's totally cool. Just gives it a little more color. And if I'm worried about how it sizes up, I can grab my scrap piece to work with. This used to be a white piece that I've really, really banged up as a scrap. But yeah, so when it comes like nighttime, like I really, really try not to bug people. Like pretty much I'm pretty easygoing if I know the person, kind of thing. Like I'm making this bigger than what it is. But no, like if it's a total stranger, it's like, why are you messaging me some sales tactic at like, midnight kind of thing? Well, I'm 24/7. Yeah, I'm not. Like, no. Like, even if I was interested, I'm not interested in that sales rep because no sense of boundaries. No sense of, like, why, like, I didn't consent to, just because I agreed to be their friend on Facebook doesn't mean they can get away with, messaging, middle of the night kind of thing. Just that type of stuff. Or because I was in some vendor event and they got my name or whatever. So, that's just me. Like, come on, people. Because also, it's those people that essentially they're cold messaging, and then I'm like, I did cold messaging in the beginning of my business journey when I was a direct sales consultant for some other companies that we will not say the names of. One of them's no longer around actually. The other one, they banned me. Not because of that reason. Because I challenged them about certain things and they didn't like it. I was challenging them, so they just finally gave me the boot because I wasn't, being the way they wanted their consultants to be. So that's why with Stampin' Up, I'm trying not to give myself the boot. I do like this community. I've been in it the longest, and that compared to all the ones I've been in, and I'm like, no, please don't kick me out. Just because I'm occasionally got stuff to say. Anyway. Like, I also believe in not everything's perfect. There's always something going on. There's always negativity. And actually, again, that was part of the problems with the last place was, I had an opinion and I didn't like it. Well, I grew up in the mode of you're not allowed to say anything, seen and not be heard, and quiet all the time. And it's like, I can't do that. Like, I have to, stand up for myself. And anyway. So the red looks better, eh? Just to give it a pop of color. And it's a great technique for what do you do with your white scraps? Color them. You can use markers, pencils, paint, or whatever, pastels. Certain materials may not work with this format that we're in, but yeah. It's just a great way of using up materials. Alright, we got that. Okay. So, we're going to work on this one for a bit. We'll get back to the other one soon. Okay, so I got to do the lettering. I'm going to use blues and greens for this. So, I want universe to be blue. That's a blue. I like that blue better. Alright. I'll go with the lighter one. Why not? I gotta sharpen it. Sharpener. It's an easy card. It just takes a bit of time. That's the problem with this card. And then, ideally, markers is better for this step. But I'm going pencils because I love pencils. Pencils is my first love when it comes to art. I started, what year? Oh, we're in 2025. Like 10 years ago. I got all into art because I was coloring. And it really helped me through depression and life problems then. So I think that's also a thing I need to get back to is more art stuff again. Given this crappy year I've had. It's not a crappy year, just I've had to deal with some stuff that's not fun. And not because of the job stuff. This life things. Of course, I'm so sniffly today. But yeah, it's such an amazing feeling when you come from being bottom somewhere, whether it's rock bottom or feeling down, to change something in your life, to find there is good somewhere else. There's somewhere else that's better. That there is ways of coming out of a problem. It's just, it takes really a lot to come out of it and be able to see it. And certain things is hard to see that. Story of the past. Here we go with the past again. At that job I used to be at, part of my role I would work alone, because like I said, it was a small office of 2 other people that wasn't always there. They're paid salary, full time salary, full pay, but they're not always there. Whatever. Which I thought was kind of interesting. It's like, what the heck is this nonsense? Whatever. Anyway, that's me just complaining. So it was kind of nice that there's times that I'm by myself in the office. I'm like, good, I can just relax. I can work on what I want to work on. I don't have to be interrupted or bothered or feeling stressed or feeling like, oh my god, I got people watching me and stressing me out and that. So it was nice. It was good. And because of that, I got to see things that were personal for me. There was one day. No, okay, let me backtrack the story. Okay. One of the previous employees, the previous office manager before the last one, she hired a cleaning company for the office to come in like every couple weeks. Hold on, my sinuses are bugging me. Oh my goodness. Looking for something. Give me a sec. Yeah, I sound horrible tonight, don't I? Yeah, I'm probably coming down with something. Lovely, eh? Anyway, so the previous office manager hired this cleaning company. Anytime they would show up to talk with her or work out, the contract or inspect the office or check in, she was never there because she had again full time pay but part time hours. Whatever. So she was never there, and so whenever they came in, it was just me. And they're asking me questions. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, she didn't give me any information. She's not here. Like, if you want to talk with her, you got to call her in the morning. Like, coming in the afternoon doesn't help. Like, there was a time that they said they'd be there for a certain time. She purposely left early to not talk to them. And I'm like, why? Like, whatever. So, because they had my name on their file as the contact that they always had, that was actually there, versus email and phone or whatever. Last year at Thanksgiving, they showed up with a Thanksgiving gift for her and I. Now, by then, she was already gone. She left the job and retired and all that. But because they never really updated the names of the records, because the office kept using her email address to coordinate everything. And I'm like, why can't I get an email address? Nope. I don't get a name. Well, whatever. Again, things in the past. So they came with the fall mums, like these really beautiful plants. One for her and one for me, and they even gave me a card. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like nearly crapping myself with like, no way, no way. This can't be possible. And this was like just before Thanksgiving that time, on like a Friday. And because everyone else in the office was gone, I looked at these plants and I'm like, oh my god, no freaking way. So obviously I took mine home, obviously. Because there's times in the past where some years before, one of the vendors would come in and drop off a gift for us in the office. And I left in the office like, hey, FYI, boss, we received these gifts. I never got mine. And I'm like, well, gee, thanks. Like, dude, like, what the fudge? Anyway. So, yeah, it was really nice that I got this plant. So I took it home. And that moment in the afternoon, let me get another sip of drink. This is an interesting story. That moment in the office, I call my partner. And I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm freaking out. I'm crying with unbelievable emotion that someone brought me a gift. Like, what the hell? I even called my friend, Evelyn. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, like, this is unbelievable. I'm like, holy crap. So, because the reaction was, here's a company that I really had very little to deal with, even though I was happened to be there every time they would interact with with our company. But they're so nice to give me something that how is it outside vendors were nicer to me than the very company I was working for? That was like, holy crap, like unbelievable. Like I knew this ahead of time. This wasn't anything new. It was just the way it hit me. Like here's validation of, yeah, this is not working for me, this place. So it was freaking awesome. Like it was just such a big feeling that it made my Thanksgiving. It's like, this is an awesome Thanksgiving. Like, but in a way of, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, I was stuck in a hard place of, I didn't fully tell my family what was going on because that just creates more added stress. In my online presence, oh yeah, I was vocal enough with, hey, I'm not happy where I was. And that's also prompted that they didn't like me talking about, work and that. But here's the thing. With my online presence, even with here, other than I mentioned Stampin' Up, because I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, doing this publicly, do I say where I work? No. Do I identify where I work, what type of company? It's only now in this video I'm actually revealing a little bits of more information than ever. In the past, I really, really limited the information about where I worked to the point that you'd have to actually know me personal level to know where I worked or type of company it was. I didn't reveal information. And yet they're complaining that I was revealing information. I'm like, no. It was so very generic, people. Like, whatever. So when this plant thing happened, which at the time I couldn't keep, I'm like, I don't have the space here. If I put it out my front yard, it's gonna be gone that way. Put in the backyard, my dog's gonna eat it. So I get to my parents, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, this is so freaking cool, but it's like I can't keep it. And it was freaking huge. It was beautiful, and it was a really nice pinky purpley color, which is my color. Unbelievable, eh? So yeah. But that story I kept private up until a few months ago. I finally started talking about it. Because at the time, I was like, I don't want them to know this has happened because it was such a life changing moment for me that inspired me to kick my butt into, okay, if someone else outside of here is treating me better, a lot of places can treat me better. So yeah, I got the fudge out of there. Anyway, and here we are, a year later, and I definitely got out of there. It was just such a big moment. And I was job searching ahead of time before that anyway. That was obvious. They knew too. It's freaking obvious. Like, I'm not gonna stick at this place forever. I tried to go after the promotion for when the office manager was leaving. I got denied. I was like, yeah, you know what, screw it. When they bring in someone who younger than me, which okay, age isn't an issue, but younger, less experienced, and she was taught to target me, and I'm like, ugh. Well, that's not nice. So. Anyway, so I got that colored in. Doesn't that look cool? I mean, it's a little bit on the bright, but it still makes it pop differently. So then we got to the under lettering a little bit. This is where you really need a sharp pencil or marker. Markers, though, you gotta be cautious. If you're using scrap papers, which I usually do, I will admit, some of the marker inks will bleed really badly. So I will advise, be very cautious if you're using markers on unknown paper that you don't really know what the source is or type of paper. Anyway. So, yeah. So much of this year, I kept crapping myself almost with, oh my god, I'm working for a company that actually treated me nicely. Because I had years of, I wasn't treated well. Anyway. So, that night a year ago, left work early, obviously. Came home and I'm like, what do I do now? I'm like, I wasn't expecting to be home early. I thought I was in for the whole day, a whole long boring day doing nothing, but whatever. But came home, chilled, do a few things, and then went out and partied that night. Because that night I had tickets to go to a fundraiser dinner. And it was perfect timing because I was scheduled to go anyway to the dinner. But when it turned out to be like, oh my god, that's the end date of my job, I'm going out and partying that night with two of my good friends. And we did. So it was a fundraiser dinner in Milton, the Black and White Pajama Party. And it was the last one they're doing, kind of thing. They didn't even do one this year, which is too bad. So we went. I had my spouse drive me, so I'm like, yeah, I ain't getting home by myself that night. Because I got wasted drunk that night. It was awesome. You know what? It was a great way to just let off the negative energy, the stress, like celebrate that I finally got out of a place that really, really wasn't helping me. So, partied. And that's where tonight was like, you know what? Or today, actually. Not quite Katina celebration, yes and no. I did Katina in different ways. But it's also celebrate the win of it's been a great year. It's things are looking up and up. Things are good. And on to another great year. And reflecting on we don't know until we get past something negative to know if it's good or not. And I just realized it's my view blurry. It's blurry on Facebook, but whatever. Let me fix that. Hold on. So I forgot to turn on the setting. Yeah, my sinuses are super bugging me tonight. I'm probably sick. Great. That's okay. I'll survive. Alright. Kylo Pro. Kylo Pro. Let's see if that sharpens up in a few minutes. Okay, it changed something. I will admit that. I wouldn't say it's better. Let me fix this. Again, I apologize for my sinuses. It's really freaking bugging me. Alright, I'll just adjust it a little. Yeah, this is bugging me tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so congested. Okay, it's good enough. I'll just roll with the way it is. Yeah, it looks a little blurry for some reason on my end. Anyway. Another sip of drink. Yeah, maybe I've caught something. But yeah. But no, I do mean it. It's hard work to move on to something else. But when you find something that works and clicks and it works, it makes everything better. Kind of, not everything, but it makes a lot of things better. Like this year, it took me several months to get past a lot of my old anxiety from where it was. Um, and finally, it was like, I could relax. I don't have to be stressed and worried about what's going to happen to me with work stuff, worried about the people I work with and what they're doing to me. Like it was just this mind game of, oh my God, like stuck in a situation that just was triggering. I don't have to worry. Like thing is, I know I'm good at what I do. I don't have to worry about proving that and one step ahead and worried about what they're digging about me. Like it was just all this stress I had for years. Finally melted. And there's still a tiny bit of that there. There's still a tiny bit. Even tonight, it's like I'm doing this video. I'm like, great. Is this gonna come back and bite me? Like, whatever. Like, I've been gone for a year. Like, come on, guys. Like, if they're still paying attention to me, it's like free rent kind of thing. I got free rent in their heads. That's a phrase my partner was using way back, a year or two ago. About 2 years ago, about talking about them. Anyway. Oh well. But yeah, I am glad to be gone from there. I'm happy with where I'm at now. So where I'm at now, yes, let's talk about where I'm at now. Because I keep talking about the past. Let's move on from the past. I'm getting there. Like I said, I'm kind of getting there. I'm still having moments where I'm back in the past, but a lot of it's getting better. Like, I work in a place now that has more activity for me. Not only workload, I got a lot of workload. I'm going to color the other one here, so I just need some colors. I'm going to do... let's see. I gotta pick some colors. Okay, I don't want the red. I like that color. Let's see the blue. Because the blue is kind of like a different kind of blue. Let's see this. That's almost the same, ironically. but I'll keep the blue. That's different. Now let's get some colors. So where I'm at now is a really positive atmosphere, which is really, really good. Okay, I'll do those two just for the hell of it. Which is awesome, which is so wonderful to be at something that's different and good. There, I'll do those, and I'll put the rest of these away. I'm supported in an atmosphere that is so freaking cool. Like, respected, supported, all that. Which is good. I'm gonna go this way. So let me double check. That's the darker, it's the lighter. I get perks. I get benefits. We actually celebrate birthdays at this place. We do celebrations. Well, that's been a new thing, but no, they're working towards and it's a young company that is rapidly growing. So there's room for advancement. There's more than one branch, so there is help here and there in various places. I'm not totally alone. I get to enjoy what I'm doing. I get 2 offices, actually, because of the role that I have, which is freaking awesome. Again, sinuses. Yeah, I'm coming down with something. Yeah, it's always at nighttime, eh? Oh, yeah. I'm freaking coming down with something. Oh, well. Liquid. So, yeah. I have 2 offices, which is so freaking cool. Which I like. And I'm actually one of the older ones there, which is hilarious. Of everyone in the staff, there's only me and one other who's older. I'm actually older than my boss. Not a bad thing. It's just, it's weird. It's like, oh my god, I'm like old compared to a lot of them. A lot of them are close to my age. I'm not much older, but it's like, yeah. It's still a weird feeling. I had it the last place too near the end. I was the older one between the bosses. The young bosses, anyway. I've kind of mucked this up, but that's okay. Where am I going with this? Perks. My own fridge. Cool. I get my own freaking fridge. Access to company swag, which you guys have seen some of it. Where again, I don't show the name of the company. Remember, I don't actually talk about where I work or what we do, unless it's like face to face and I want to talk about it some more. The swag. Like the face is stress balls. They're so freaking cool. Thanks, Jennifer. I'm so like I showed in the comments. Yeah, like it's been a much happier atmosphere. I get to enjoy what I do. My main cubicle office, like I said, I got 2 offices. The comfortable one, I've got this really cool office chair. I'm like, I want one for here. It is so freaking cool. It actually lounges that you can lay like 180 degrees in it. You can almost sleep in it. It's like, whoa, that's freaking cool. Ergonomics. They're big about ergonomics. I have one of those desks where the computer portion's on this thing that can raise up so you can stand and work. I don't really do that. I'm not a standing person, but I'm like, you know what, that's so freaking cool. Because I already do enough standing out in the warehouse doing my work anyway. I look after my own department, which is freaking cool. And it's something that I enjoy doing. Like, parts of my jobs in the past, it's always kind of led to this. Like, well, see enough is about the current, it's parts. I'll go with that. Like, my first office job, I was, you need a set of emotional stress balls. I can't get more. It's for company swag. I was somewhat purchaser of my first office job, even though back then I didn't even know I was a purchaser. But looking back, I'm like, yeah, I was a purchaser, but whatever. It's like a purchasing experience. Did that job. Did another job for a short 3 months. Again, not so much purchasing, but again involving the parts kind of thing. And then was away from the parts stuff up until the last job. I was hired to be a purchaser without the purchaser title. Go figure. Yep, it was lovely tonight. There, funny shook some of that crap out, eh? Ugh. Yeah, I'm super congested. Poor old them. Maybe. My balls are at work. I'll see eventually if I can get some, but I don't know. Yeah, the perks. I got a really cool offices. My own department, which right now we're reorganizing. Because when I was hired a year ago, we were moving. So I was helping with the move, and now we're moving again. We're finally getting in place the racks and stuff for the parts, and really making a parts department because our company keeps growing. Like I said, it's a young company, 10 years or so, and there's so much rapid growth, and we're bringing in stuff every week and new parts and that. I order every week a list, and like it's just freaking cool. So, other perks. It's nice to have a workplace friend. I realized that like a week or two ago. I'm like, oh my god, I have a workplace friend. I haven't had one in like 7 years. So it's like, hey, I've got a friend. Really nice guy. Love this guy. I want to hang out with him, but I'm trying not to make things weird. um, yeah, but even spiritually emotional, it's helped me be more comfortable being myself again in a workplace atmosphere. You know how hard that is sometimes when you're in a place that just, if it doesn't support you, it's like, it's hard to be yourself because you feel like you're not. And actually, just to tie into that a little bit, excuse me, now I'm all burpy from my drink here. Not with work, not with the past job and current job. I do things online. I'm part of committees and groups and that. But I do admit I'm part of a group that I'm just not feeling the love. I'm feeling like I'm not supported. I'm kind of, dismissed, and I'm just a young kid. This time I'm the young kid in that group, and it's like, you know what? I need to change from that anyway. But that's the thing. When we realize we're in an atmosphere that isn't helping us, isn't us feeling supported and loved, and member of the team, well then find a new team, find a new atmosphere. So now, in case you're wondering what the heck does that mean, no. Let me clarify. If you're all wondering if it's the Stampin' Up thing, what I can say is I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving the overall Stampin' Up thing. It's just I'm just reframing and redoing a lot of my automations, my tasks, and that, and looking at making some changes in other things that I was doing before that I realized, hey, I don't have as much time as I used to, and just looking at making changes for better to what my needs are now. Because again, what I said earlier in this video, because now I'm going on 2 hours of this, right? Hold on. Is how we feel about something today can be different tomorrow, and different next week, different next month, and so on, so on, so on. So things I've started years ago, whether it's a year ago, years ago, 6 months ago, it doesn't matter. Where I'm at now may be different, and that's what's happened with certain things I was doing. And this is something I've had to teach myself recently, because I was pretty stressed out with, I haven't been doing live videos, I haven't been really promoting much online, I haven't really, I used to have a whole list of social media posts that I post each month, the same type of posts. I haven't done that. Like, I've really taken a step back from being like a demo business role for obvious reasons. And for other reasons that I don't talk about in here as much. I'm going through some life stuff, so. But that's where I was beating myself up internally on several months. I was questioning, like, what do I do about these live videos? I was beating myself internally on, I'm failing at what I need to do here. I'm failing at what I want to do. And part of it was tied in to that past job experience a little bit, which sounds so ridiculous, but yeah. because they didn't like it. I had an online presence. So I always felt like they win if I stop doing this. I had to get over myself on, no, it's a case of it doesn't matter what they think. It never has mattered what they thought. What matters is, what I've said is, change happens. How I felt about doing live videos on a nearly daily basis a year ago, August, is totally different now. And even though I struggled for several months with what do I do, this isn't working for me, to finally realize, it wasn't until I had a conversation with my spouse about it, and just for some reason, he helped me kind of see it's okay to make a decision. Because I struggled and struggled and struggled, like, what do I do? Because I loved the live videos, but it just was no longer working out for me with timing and life and busy. And I got 2 beautiful dogs who are all grown up now. Buddy's 2.5. Ivy's 2 years old. Other family stuff going on that I had to realize where I was at August in 2024 when I started going live on a nearly daily basis is different than me in essentially fall 2025 is when I really, it's September, October when I finally made that decision to, hey, time to make a decision, let's do it. Let's just make a decision. And that's where I was able to finally accept, hey, that's okay that I made a decision. It's okay that I took a couple weeks break because I just need a couple weeks of just, you know what, I just need to chill, relax. Just relax because I'm still going through some stuff. To be able to, okay, and then take a couple weeks, no videos, relax, see how I felt within a week or two on, well, what do I want to do now? And that's where it worked out on, here we are. I'm getting these mixed up. And it made sense. Change is always going to happen. At one of our demonstrator playdates, we had Genevieve Coe there talking about change and all that, which makes sense. I forget half the stuff she said because I was like, I got my own list of stuff to do that day for the playdates anyway. But no, she talked about change, and no, it was good for what I do remember of it. But tonight's my own version of talking about change. Change just helps us grow, helps us find new things. Because if we're spinning our wheels all the time, we're not changing. We're in the same pattern all the time if we don't change and adapt and try new things. And unfortunately, far too many people out there stay in that pattern of they're stuck. And I keep seeing it in other things lately, and I'm like, ugh. Like, something's got to change because it can't keep going on that way. But each to their own, if they want to change or not for people's. But for internal, change is good. Because in the past couple months, I've really taken a hard look at where I'm at, what do I need to do, what do I want to do. Gracefully know that there's certain things I cannot do right now, and that's okay. Gracefully cut back on things like the live videos to be able to focus on other things for now, to eventually come back to something new. So the new plan is twice a week, Thursdays and Sundays, I will have a video. Lately they're going to be pre-recorded. It's just, this is how I am right now, where I'm at. And that's okay, because that ties into, I'm still working on my bigger goals of where I want to go as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, as me, as Call Early Kitty and all that. To be able to move forward in progression where I still want to progress into. And it appears I'm losing an audience, and that's totally okay, because yeah, I'm going to be on here for a long time. It's a craft along. Better late than never. Sick and everything too. Yeah, I'm probably going to wake up really sick tomorrow. Great. You ever getting snow here? Anyway, you're getting change. Staying the same way is always boring. So, because by doing change, we learn new things. We try new things. Like today, I went to a scrapbooking store that I've never been to. Bought a whole punch that mixed feelings. But that's okay. Now we're kind of getting the hang of it. But yeah, my advice to you, if anybody's watching, whether on the live replay, doesn't matter, is pick something you want to do. Pick one thing. Make a plan towards how you're going to accomplish it, and real attainable, easy goal, not easy, but attainable, realistic goals. That's from a book I read a long time ago that was like, because I have a goal of, well, something impossible, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how to make it realistic, attainable goal steps to get there. So it's like, well, this is not helpful. But no, it does take a lot of planning, thinking, and it takes a mindset of not being super negative. Because I used to be super, super negative, way, way back, super depressed. I was a mess when I was younger. I've really come out of it, but that darkness still comes up, and that's where a number of years at the last job had that darkness. But it takes a shiny moment to see, hey, I can come out of this. There's something else better for me out there. And that's what matters. Yeah, my freaking sinuses, oh my god. Yeah, it's out of my throat too. Yep. I hate being sick, honestly, I really do. And I got like vendor events next weekend too. Shoot. Oh well, I'll manage. I'll manage. It's that seasonal time where people get sick and, whatever. That's the thing. I can stress about it, which I am stressing a little bit about, I'll admit that. Or just roll with it. Take it as a moment of, whatever. Life is life. I read a meme today on a graffiti wall that says, if life gives you lemons, go add vodka. It was freaking funny. I'm like, that's actually a good one. Yeah, stuff like that. You're probably all like, holy crap, she's on for a long video. Yes. I like long videos. I haven't done a long one like this in a while. But like I say, this is celebrating tonight. Change is good. To be able to look back on how was the year. It was a good year. It was a change I needed in so many ways you wouldn't even be able to believe. And that tip just broke. Looking forward to what will be next. I don't know. I'm excited to find out. I am totally excited. This has been therapeutic for me tonight to do this. Because I haven't really crafted anything much for myself. This is now for my boss, but I haven't really crafted much because I mean to give him a card. Just thank you. Because I even a few weeks ago said like, hey, no, I appreciate so much what he's done for me. Like, thank you for bringing me on. And even I talked to some of the staff because I found out with the current job now, the job. One of the other staff members vouched for me. He didn't even know who the hell I was, but I guess based on what he heard about me, it's like, yeah, pick her. Come on, get that one. It's like, dude, thank you. Like, and that's become my friend actually. So he and I have connected really well. I just look forward to whatever's to come. Whether it may be good or bad. You know, there's been other elements of this here in the personal life that was not good. But what I do know is I have supports, I have friends, I have love where I need it. Even though sometimes I'm a little lonely. Sometimes it's late at night, I don't want to bug people, but I know there's some people that any time, day or night, I can call on. So there we go. There's these. Now that took like absolutely forever. Welcome to my life. But I needed to do this tonight. I freaking need to do this. Alright, so. Next up, assembly and bling. So, you can really use any sort of cardstock. Just whatever color you think would match for the card base, or just use white. I'm going white, because I am. So I've got some pieces here from, I must have cut these like a long time ago and never used them. Of course. Alright, also because I'm using white, I just want to make sure I've brushed off any broken pieces of pencil here. Alright, so fold these in half. Oh, this is a super thick cardstock. Oh my goodness. That's a little off, but that's okay. We're always a little off, aren't we? Makes us interesting. And then do the other one. Yeah, this is super thick cardstock. Oh my god. I was buying this for a while, but then I couldn't get it. I had to go find a new source for doing a lot of my practice pieces. Or just whatever. Yeah. Whoa. Just having a moment. Okay, so these are gonna go on like so. Now, you can use dimensionals or not. Let's go dimensionals, guys. Let's have fun tonight. Dimensionals. Where are you? Where are you, my... Oh, I just saw a bookmark that I made. Alright, let's go dimensionals. So each corner, for sure. I'm gonna go sides as well. Oh, can we even see what I'm doing? Nope. We can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. A little more to it. I'm not worried about that. I like that. It's just because it has a bit of a curve to it with the adhesive and everything. It needs a bit of help to be able to make it. So then peel off all the white caps. Sorry, I'm off camera. Like I say, I haven't done the videos much in a while. I got away from it. And then glue this onto the front of your card base, no matter what color, as long as it works for you, how it looks. So there we go. There's one. Let me show you more better, centered-ish. We're going to do the same with the other one. We're going to grab some scissors. Do some cutting. Now I get a couple more pieces going. I like to cut the borders of the dimensionals because they really do help. Alrighty. Oops. And then this gets glued on, just like the other one. But doesn't that look cool? I like the Christmas one better. Alright, and then these get on with dimensionals as well. Let me get the right colors going here. Let's kind of go with that. So I just cut the rest of that line because I'll probably use them all on either one of these or both. And yeah, my thin paper, it's showing that it's pretty thin, but that's okay. Okay, we got that. So this one belongs with this card. Let me double check. Yes. Okay. There we go. Let's come along quite nicely. So then, let's get another set on this one. Sometimes the colors of the projects turns out a little better than the others, but that's okay. I'm just cutting more white dimensionals here. Doesn't matter how they look, as long as it works. But this is such a cool project. Alright, and then get this one on. Like so. There we go. I mean, this one looks really good. So some turn out better than others. But aren't they so cool? Alright, lastly is bling. I have some bling here. I don't know if they're the ones I want to use. Because, yeah, I'm starting to go down, guys. We're wrapping up this really long, awesome video. Alright, let's see our options. Let's pull them out. So that could work. I don't like the green. A little too dark right now. That could work. Not sure about that. That could work. There's some mixed colors there. That could work. Not so much of a fan of these. Okay. So, decisions. Let's start with this one. I could use the gold. Yeah, I want the gold. Alright, we're going to go with the gold. Go for the gold. Now, I'm going to use only 3. Now, these are unknown source, hence why they're on a lower quality. But that's okay. So, I take the 3, one at a time. Because they're glued together. And then just put them in the corner. Together. Like so. Like that. It just gives it a little bit of a cool, thing going on. And then the other one, I'm feeling the red. But we don't have to use the red. I might use what's on that to help clear them up. Or I could use the silver. No, I think I'm going to use those because the turquoisey things come up here quite nicely. So we'll do that. And this isn't all my bling. I got a lot more bling than you can believe. Just I do try to use bling when I can. Alright, so let's... Same thing. This time I can just pull them. But I can still use the tool. Now, this isn't really the best tool, but it's efficient for the moment. And there we go. There's our 3 cards. Now, I could put them closer together, but no, I like that the way it is. Alright, that is awesome. So there we go, guys. In just over an hour and a half, we finished off 2 cool cards. Now the only thing really left is stamped on the back with my Color the Kitty stuff, which no, we're not doing that now. And also putting an insert inside. Oops, speaking of insides. I like to put another piece of white paper and then write my message on. That way if I make a mistake, I can rip it out and change it up again. So there we go, guys. That is it. So yes, I hope I've inspired you guys somehow to do a little bit of change in your life, good and bad and whatever. Feel free to reach out if you need to chat. I am around. I'll try not to be a, pain if someone messages me at night, but it's all good. And thank you guys for coming and watching, because this really meant a lot to me. Whether you're catching the live or the replay or bits here and there, it means a lot to me. Because a year ago, prior to this day, I was a mess. I'm glad things have changed. And my final word, two final words, sorry. If you want to learn how to make this card, and you don't want to see the entire video, I totally get it. A lot of people prefer short form. Give me a shout. Let me see what I can do for you. And as well, if you need a pick-me-up type card, maybe not these ones, sorry, but I have a whole pack of what I've been working on towards making more of these. If you need a feel-good card, contact me. I will send you a feel-good card. Or if you need me to send to someone else on your behalf, either or, whichever, contact me. I would love to do that for you, because I love these cards. I think they're really, really cool. I think everyone needs a feel-good moment from someone. Anyways, and with that, I am going to say goodnight. I love you all. Thank you for an amazing year, the good and the bad and the not so great in between. Thank you. Thanks for being patient with me, as the last several months I've just been barely here. I'm still around. I will figure stuffs out, and we'll be back for more. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you soon, one way or another. Bye for now.